first target?
Well, the captain spoke both in Sylhet and here about showing fight, and I think that's the first thing that we want to show tomorrow. It's obviously going to be difficult. Bangladesh are on top in the game. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But one thing that Irish teams are renowned for is always their fight, and I think we're going to need that in abundance over the next 3 days.
Do you have enough to fight tomorrow?
Do we have enough what?
Enough wickets to
well, we
push for not to follow the ball.
Well, the first job is for these. The two guys that are batting at the minute are proper batsmen. Really, really good batters. So, we'll be backing them to. Listen, it'll be difficult. Bangladesh will undoubtedly have catchers around. They've got accurate bowlers. The pitch is starting to offer some assistance, so it'll undoubtedly be difficult. But these guys have shown a method for the last 6-7 overs there, and they did well to get through that little period. And obviously, it'll be a first hour tomorrow morning. If we can get through that, that's the first little target.
Okay. Well, was it that difficult? 98 for 5. Obviously, ball is starting, but was it that difficult?
I think it is obviously difficult. As I said there, the Bangladesh spinners are accurate and very experienced. Used the crease well and dragged our batters around the crease. And 98 for 5. I'm not going to sit here and criticise our guys. I think just to put into context, there are teams that are far more experienced than us that come to this part of the world and also struggle with that type of environment. And we will never use that as an excuse within our group. But I'm merely stating the obvious, really. Whenever the guys will obviously find that sort of bowling difficult whenever it happens, and it's. But I think we've got to use that as something really exciting. And I alluded there that our teams are always renowned for the fight and the passion that they show, and there will still be a lot of belief in the dressing room and certainly from the coaches that the guys are good players, and we're backing them to go out there tomorrow and show that. But I think I'm not gonna stand up here and sit up here and criticize anything that our guys do here, really, to be honest, because their backs are against the walls, and like I said, we will never use that as an excuse within the group, but it is reality.
In the morning, ball was also turning, but how little played some viewers pitch and down the wicket strokes. Do you think Ireland batsmen can learn from him attacking the bowlers?
Look, he's obviously come in, and it's a very different period of the game whenever he's batting. Whenever we've got one session to get through, catchers around the bat. But look, we've just had a brief chat there with the captain about how he wants to go about things for the remainder of the Test match, and I've no doubt the guys will be thinking about it overnight. And as I said there, we'll be backing them to go out there and do a good job for us.
Gary, a word about Andy McBride's 6-wicket haul, and all the Irish spinners got the 10 wickets. Very reliable bowler.
Very reliable bowler, very reliable cricketer in general. The most pleasing thing about our bowling innings was that teams have scored big runs against us in the past, and they've often done it with a higher run rate. And I think correct me if I'm wrong, we're around 3.2, 3.3, somewhere around there. I know that the guys came in at the end and they maybe started to play a little bit more aggressively, but I was really pleased with the economy with which the lads bowled. I thought Gavin Hoey on debut, his accuracy was brilliant. So yeah, look, Andy McBride is a phenomenal cricketer, someone that we really rely on in Test match and ODI cricket, and no doubt that will continue to be the case.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.